if you're with a person that's locked up, why are you making them comfortable? While they in jail. A lot of times, we get with people and they always incarcerated or going to jail or going to prison or whatever have you. Mess up on their parole and things of that nature, and they always need things. Them phone calls are expensive. They want to call you all throughout the day. They don't care, like, how much the phone calls cost, and then you got ungrateful people that go to jail. They'll say, hey, listen, I need this amount of money for my commissary. Have you ever noticed like everything is always about their commissary, about what they need? They need soap, they need all this other stuff, but go figure. The jail provides all that. But however, they want the good soap, they want the good toothpaste, they want the good toothbrush, they want the good everything, they want the good commissary food, the snacks, the candy, the chips, whatever, right? And also, have you ever noticed that when you get paid, they seem to think they got paid too? Like as if, they were working beside you. But so then when they say, hey, listen, I need $100 or, I need $200, it's never like a lot of times it's never like, hey, can you give me $20 or $10? Unless, it's from family members or whatever, people just, don't really have it. But a lot of times I didn't see whereas they want $100, especially when they know you just got paid, or your money's coming or something like that. Oh my goodness, don't get your taxes. Then they want $500. Then they want $400. Then they want $1,000. I mean, I need a TV, while I'm in prison. I mean, like, dude, you weren't even at home watching TV when you was free. You was running in the streets. So why do you need a television when you go to prison? I don't know. Maybe because they got to sit there and they got to just, do what human beings do, be civilized. But I'm just saying, I'm not dogging out, people that goes to jail. But however, because I know we all make mistakes, right? And I can understand that. But when people just constantly go to jail and constantly get locked up, I mean, it comes a time where it's like, come on, are you serious? And I think like the worst, I'm telling you, the worst people, right? A lot of them, like be in their 50s and 60s, sometimes 70s, and you be sitting up there like, dude, okay, well, I understand the kids, they 20 some years old, early 30s or whatever, maybe they make, some stupid mistakes or whatever, even though, they need to get it together, but goodness gracious, you in your 40s and 50s and 60s and sometimes 70s, and you still going to jail for the same identical thing. You still going to jail. Now that right there, I think you should not have no commissary, no phone calls, no nothing. But however, people do love people. So again, I get it. I mean, you don't want anyone to suffer, right? You don't want them to suffer because you love them. But however, I mean, when it gets to the point where it's draining you financially and you're trying to take care of all the bills and you're trying to take care of the grandkids or you're trying to take care, your children that's young or whatever, right? It comes a time where you got to put yourself first. I mean, and put your responsibilities first. And also, too, have you ever noticed like a lot of times, like when you don't send them what they want, they get an attitude. They like, well, why you can't send me $100? And then they get to counting your money. Well, you should have like $300 or $400 left, or you should be able to send me what I want. And then they get an attitude like when you don't send the amount, but you send like a lower amount, and then they don't call you, they try to punish you, or they don't call you, they'll call everybody else, right? Like their relative, maybe their mom or sisters or whatever, right? Brother or whatever, right? But they will not call you, right? I guess it's to punish you, right? To punish you when they're the ones that's locked up. So, I mean, you got a lot of people in there that are totally ungrateful, and it's like, dude, that's why I say, like, stop making people, comfortable while they locked up. Because when you making them comfortable when they locked up, they go to jail. I mean, they don't have anything to is they don't have anything to lose. I mean, they're comfortable anyway. I mean, so jail is to reform people. So if you make them uncomfortable, then maybe they'll get it together. So if you were a person that's locked up and you making them feel comfortable while they there, stop. Do not do it. Because to be honest with you, I'm gonna tell you the very, very thing that's the truth that I didn't seen it so many times. The people that's been there for them, while they're incarcerated or locked up, the people that's been putting money on their books and having the phone calls and writing the letters or whatever, right? um Sending cards and things of that nature, right? Don't you know a lot of them people, they don't even really come home to? And sometimes if they do come home to, you notice they always say when you get into an argument, you ain't did nothing for me. Like, it's uncanny. And then a lot of them, you be there for them, and then guess what they do? They gonna have loyalty to people that didn't even send them a nickel. Didn't send them nothing, not a dime, nothing, not a nickel, not a penny. They gonna have more loyalty to them than they have loyalty to you, because they didn't make their life comfortable. They didn't do anything. They let them struggle it out, do whatever they had to do, and guess what? They earned their respect because they was not going to make them comfortable while they were in there. But because you love them and you want to help them, the very people who um, help them, right, are the very people they are disloyal to. So, anyways, I just wanted to shout that out to someone. I'm quite sure somebody is feeling this. So, anyways, please like, share, and subscribe. It'd be very greatly appreciated. And I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Have a good day, and God bless everyone, and Jesus love you. All right, bye.